Gentlemen, thank you so much for sitting down to do a quick rapid fire with live wire markets. The biggest surprise of reporting season, Joel, I'll come to you first.
Really liked RPM Global, articulated the strategy, they're buying back stock, total contract value is growing, product spend is reducing. This is a stock at an inflection point. We're really pleased with how they've reported.
Michael, what about you?
Breville Group was a very strong result. In particular, in the second half, you saw the US and Europe sales growth accelerate to 12% year on year. And also the balance sheet was much better than expected with a net cash balance sheet.
Biggest miss, Marcus, I'll come to you.
Min in the resources space, mineral resources. So really impacted by weakness in the end markets of iron ore and lithium. And we're now seeing the company be somewhat vulnerable as we look forward from a cash flow, a capex, a debt perspective. Stock was off 26% over the month.
Yikes. Joel, I'll come to you. What was another big miss from the season?
For me, it was probably 3P Learning. So I spent a lot of money on developing the product, getting ready for market. Those sales just haven't eventuated as yet. Next 6 or 12 months is crucial in terms of that long-term value.
This was one of the favourite questions last time we did this, gents, the biggest sleeper stock. So one that did really well that the market isn't paying attention to you. Michael, I'll come to you first.
Biggest sleeper, Yarra Capital. So it's a property fund manager. Half the valuation is underpinned by passive property ownership. The other half of the valuation is the funds management business. Bottom of the cycle earnings, compelling valuation at only 9 times EBIT, significant upside as interest rates start to reduce.
Marcus, what about you? Have you got a sleeper for us?
In large cap, sleeper would be Woodside in the energy space. So while Woodside actually outperformed its energy peers through the month of August, the stock actually still fell. And we just feel the result was good. We think it's a really compelling stock opportunity. It's got attractive exposure to spot gas markets, really good operating performance across its quality asset base. And finally, we think the income outlook is actually quite attractive too, with a more sustainable higher payout ratio now.
We interviewed Meg O'Neill recently as part of the C-suite coverage, and she was very compelling in what she had to say. So interesting comments there, Marcus. I'll stay with you. We're into the true or false. The consumer will be stronger next reporting season.
True. We do think the consumer will be stronger next reporting season. We think it'll really be supported when we start to see interest rate cuts come through, and that'll help support sentiment. Importantly though, we do expect to see bifurcation as an ongoing theme. So that means we'll see discretionary spend lag essentials at the start, and also younger spenders to lag older cohort of spenders that have higher savings.
Michael, the biggest opportunity between now and next reporting season, what do you got?
The biggest opportunity is small caps as a market, but if I was forced to choose, I'd say cyclicals within the small companies market. In particular, cyclicals with high exposure to interest rates coming down, such as a Mars Group, such as a Yarra Capital.
Joel, what do you think the biggest risk is between now and next reporting season?
Can never discount the geopolitics, particularly with that US election, but for me it's keeping an eye on that unemployment rate. The soft landing scenario is pretty consensus, the rate cuts, but we start to see that jack up too quickly, things could change pretty rapidly.
Marcus, final message for investors coming out of reporting season.
While the macro outlook, frankly, it is hard to call the exact direction of that. What we can have confidence in is that the portfolios are skewed to some of these higher quality businesses with clear catalysts, and we feel like the portfolios are well positioned for the environment ahead.
Gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for spending the time and unpacking reporting season and giving a bit of forward-looking guidance as well for investors out there. Very much appreciated as always. We'll see you again next season.
Thanks, Chris.
See you then. Thanks, Chris.